One ordinary day, a routine traffic stop turns into an absolute nightmare. A police officer pulls over a car for a regular check. Inside is Pitts, a nervous rookie drug dealer. As he hands over his driver's license, his hands are shaking like a leaf at their giveaway to the experienced officer. Sensing something is wrong, the lawman requests to search the trunk. Just then, a white car pulls up, and the driver steps out under the guise of asking for directions. What the officer doesn't know is these men are part of ruthless, heavily armed drug cartel. Within seconds, the trap snaps shut. The officer finds himself completely surrounded, staring down the barrels of multiple firearms. Outnumbered and outgunned, he freezes. The brutal traffickers strike him down, knocking him unconscious, before hijacking both him and his patrol car. They tear down a remote dirt road and veer off into a rugged wilderness path. Their game plan? Take the officer deep into the middle of nowhere and eliminate him for good. Meanwhile, a civilian named Emma is driving home, completely unaware of the danger ahead. Fate forces her down that very same isolated dirt road when her car suddenly breaks down. Stranded with no other choices, Emma steps outside to inspect the damage. Heavy smoke billows from the hood, a cracked, leaking radiator. Desperate, she pulls out her phone to call for help. But there is absolutely no cell service in this desolate wasteland. As she stands there trying to figure out her next move, a sharp gunshot echoes in the distance. Emma's instincts scream that she is in grave danger. Grabbing an empty glass bottle, she heads toward the nearby hills in search of water and a way out. But before she can get far, she spots a group of armed men in the distance. She's about to call out to them for help, but her gut tells her something is deeply wrong. The man barking orders in the cartel leader, Bossman. The moment his eyes lock onto Emma, he orders his henchmen to hunt her down. Emma runs as fast as her legs can carry her, but the terrain is unforgiving. It isn't long before Bossman's cruel mercenaries corner her. Witnessing their sheer malice, Emma realizes screaming is useless against such monsters. She huddles on the ground, paralyzed with fear. Right at that moment, the abducted officer slowly regains consciousness nearby. The cartel had shot him, but the bullet only tore through his shoulder. Seeing the thugs distracted by Emma, he whispers to her to stay absolutely still, bleeding but determined. The officer uses the distraction to drag himself back toward his patrol car. At the same time, the gang surrounds Emma, their predatory eyes signaling horrific intentions. A thug named Boyla aggressively approaches her. Emma begs for mercy, but her pleas fall on deaf ears. He drags her toward a nearby water trough and shoves her in. But as the officer makes his move, Boyla notices and gives chase, accidentally dropping his hunting knife into the dirt. Bossman fires a barrage of bullets at the fleeing officer but misses. Annoyed by his men's incompetence, the boss grabs a high-powered sniper rifle from his vehicle and climbs to a high vantage point, locking down the perimeter. Down below, Emma notices a tactical belt left on the ground, hidden inside one of its pouches in a pair of handcuff keys. Working quickly, she unlocks her restraints, grabs Boyla's discarded knife, and sneaks back to her broken-down car. She pulls a large backpack loaded with professional hiking gear from her trunk. She knows that if she sticks to the dirt road, the cartel's vehicles will run her down in minutes. Her only option is to vanish into the brutal, unforgiving wilderness. When Boyla returns to the water trough and finds Emma gone, he flies into a violent rage. The rest of the gang panics, terrified that she will make it to civilization and alert the authorities. When Bossman hears of her escape, his fury boils over. He splits his forces. 2 men are ordered to patrol the dirt road. 2 are sent directly into the wild. 2 are sent directly into the well to track her down, while Bossman and Pete stay behind to hold the line. Hiding in the brush, Emma shakes with terror, but she forces her mind to go cold. To survive, she has to think like a soldier. She dumps any unnecessary weight from her backpack to maximize her speed. Meanwhile, a cartel tracker named Baz discovers Emma's abandoned car. Rummaging through the interior, he finds her driver's license and deduces that she's an outsider who doesn't know the local terrain. Spotting her initial tracks, he confidently assumes that they will catch her in no time. What the cartel doesn't know is Emma's secret history. Her father was an elite Special Forces intelligence soldier, and by the time she was 16, he had trained her in advanced survival tracking and psychological warfare. Thanks to years of rigorous training, Emma suppresses her panic. To throw her pursuits off, she deliberately creates 3 distinct sets of footprints heading in different directions. When Bosman and his trackers arrive at the split, they are stunned by the prey's tactical intelligence. Forced to play her game, they divide into 3 separate groups, with the boss demanding immediate radio updates if anyone spots her. As the hunt intensifies, Emma finds a small pond. She fills her water bottle and decides to use her surroundings to her advantage, placing chemical tablets into the water source. Before she can even take a drink, Boyla and his partner Jay ambush her. Jay reaches for his radio to alert Bosman, but the arrogant Boyla stops him. Boyla wants to avenge his earlier embarrassment by handling Emma alone and tells Jay to keep his mouth shut. Boyla creeps up behind the seemingly defenseless Emma, pointing his gun at her back with a sadistic grin. He orders her to strip. Emma pleads with him, but when she hesitates, he violently strikes her. Moments later, Jay returns to the pond, only to find Emma standing alone. Boyla is nowhere to be seen, and a fresh corpse lies hidden in a brush. Jay tries contacting Boyla over the radio, but receives nothing. Static turns to Bosman's voice demanding an update. Realizing the gravity of the situation, Jay confesses everything. Hearing this, a cold-blooded Bosman commands Jay to execute Emma on sight. Emma, listening intently to Boyla's captured radio, hears the execution order. She instantly flips her internal switch into full survival mode. As Jay advances with his weapon drawn, he stumbles upon Boyla's lifeless body, leaving him nauseous and shaken. By this time, Emma has scaled a nearby hill, the perfect high ground advantage for a little ambush. However, her primary goal is escape, not murder. Rather than fighting the entire cartel, she takes the radio and warns them to turn back, attempting to de-escalate the hunt. Instead, Bosman's voice crackles through the speaker, swearing he will hunt her to the ends of the earth. Jay tracks her to the base of sheer, rocky cliff, but her footprints abruptly vanish. Before he can react, Emma unleashes a massive boulder from above, crushing him instantly. Seeing that Jay is completely immobilized, Emma rappels down the cliff. Jay is barely alive. Hearing the echo of the chaos, Bosman frantically barks for Jay over the radio, but the only voice responding is Emma's cold defense warning. In that single moment, the dynamic completely flips. The hunted has officially become the hunter. Just as Emma pauses to catch her breath, the remaining cartel members catch her scent again, spotting on an abandoned farmhouse at the bottom of hill. She dashes inside to construct a defense plan. By now, the 3 remaining henchmen with Bosman are starting to feel severely ill. Pete is violently throwing up, completely unaware that their sickness is due to drinking the water Emma cleverly manipulated at the pond. As they approach the farmhouse, Pete spots a flash of movement. Bosman sets up his sniper rifle on the high ridge to provide overwatch, confident he can end this with a single bullet. The other 3 tags storm down the hill, but Emma knows the layout. Using a blind spot hidden from Bosman's scope, she moves between the structures undetected. With the farmhouse consisting of multiple buildings, the sick and paranoid thugs decide to split up. Suddenly, a blood-curdling scream echoes through the yard. Pete has triggered one of Emma's makeshift traps. He panics, terrified to enter the dark building alone. He screams for backup, but no one responds. Terrified, he steps inside. Emma is waiting for him in the shadow like a ghost. Dropping to his knees, a weeping Pete begs for his life, crying that he only took this job to support his family. Showing her innate humanity, Emma chooses mercy. She tells him to run away and never look back. But the moment Pete steps outside, His cowardice takes over, and he prepares to betray her location. Emma, realizing she can no longer afford mercy, acts instantly. A second later, a thrown knife pierces through the air, neutralizing Pete for good. Outside, a restless bossman realizes his radios have gone completely silent. Out of his entire crew, only Baz is left alive, and he is severely weakened by the tainted water. With her current hiding spot compromised, Emma slips into an adjacent barn. Hearing a rustle, Baz cuts his radio to ambush her, tackling Emma to the ground. A brutal, desperate struggle ensues. Emma scratches violently at his face, gashing his nose. As Baz struggles back to wipe away the blood, Emma shatters a heavy wooden stick over him. Enraged and blinded by pride, Baz threatens her, but Emma uses psychological warfare, mocking his manhood and calling him a coward for needing a gun to fight a woman. Consumed by toxic ego, Baz throws his firearm away, choosing to fight her hand to hand. It's his final mistake. Emma uses the opening to seize the firearm. She bolts outside into the open yard, but Bossman is already waiting, his sniper rifle leveled right at her chest. If he pulls the trigger, she dies. Emma is cornered with zero tactical advantage. But once again, the cartel's fatal flaw is their own hubris. Bossman wants the twisted satisfaction of a quick draw drill to prove his superiority. He sets down his sniper rifle and draws a handgun. Even facing the barrel of a gun, Emma's Special Forces training keeps her heart rate perfectly still. They fire at the same exact time. Emma dives dynamically to the side, not only evading a fatal shot. Bossman isn't so lucky. The bullet tears directly through his chest. The cartel leader collapses, losing his life because he severely underestimated the strength of his prey. Thanks to the survival legacy passed down by her father and her own indomitable will. Emma systematically dismantles an entire criminal syndicate. Her transformation throughout this nightmare is absolute. She began as an innocent civilian who only wanted to fix her car, seek help, and avoid conflict. But when she pushed to the absolute edge of survival, she fought back with terrifying, calculated precision. Every little action she took wasn't born out of bloodlust or malice. It was the final, necessary resort of a woman who refused to back down. In the end, their violent demise were the direct harvest of the seeds they sowed. This story proves that only by standing up for yourself, recognizing your own worth, and refusing to be a victim, you can truly take ultimate control of your own life. The movie ends here. My beautiful channel family, if you enjoyed this thrilling survival story, please don't forget to smash that like button, drop a comment below with your favorite scene, and subscribe to the channel for more epic movie recaps. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.